Welcome to You Old and Retro, and welcome to another video. My name is Vincent, and today I have a little bit of a slightly different perspective in how I'm unveiling or going over a bag. So what I have here is the Manfrotto Compact Backpack 1 is called. And basically, Manfrotto Advanced, so that's the advanced range. It's Compact Backpack 1. This is the MB-MA-BP-C1. So this is a compact range of backpacks. I've been looking for a fairly small backpack, nothing too over large, something that can hold like a small camera basically system, maybe a lens attached, a small lens and batteries, and then some other stuff. And some of the backpacks I've had, they're either just the right size for the camera but don't really hold anything else, or they're a little too big basically, or not suitable for putting the camera equipment in. So they'll be great for laptops and a couple of books, but the camera system generally is, shall we say, a little bit larger than normal. So I picked this up from in here in the UK. This is pretty decent bag for all purposes. The quality of the material is very nice. They use a different grade of basically nylon, or what material they use. It seems to be a finer blend here on the top and the sides. They use a slightly softer texture, just like rougher material. And at the bottom, still uses the same sort of rough material as you can see here. They use a sort of coated rubber here. It's coated on the inside of it. It's not very deep. This is my only criticism. I mean, no bag is perfect, unfortunately. So that's one thing you have to take into account whenever you buy a bag. There's always something you don't quite like. These are quite tight. They don't stretch very much, but that's probably because of the coating more than anything else. I mean, the idea is that you put a tripod or a monopod and stick it on here. So what I'll probably do is adapt this slightly, maybe add like a little piece of elastic here or something, just to make sure I can hold things in properly rather than having them drop out at any point. The back system is a padded overall mesh, plenty of padding, some overall bits which are basically for venting system. I mean, no matter how you do it, if you're in a hot country, the backpack will always be quite sweaty, regardless of how you do it. And I've had backpacks where it was just TPU coating, and it was so sweaty. My back was completely soaked. I've been in America where I've got a fully meshed backpack, and it's still slightly wet on the back. But in a hot country, there's nothing much you can do. So just take that as it is. The straps, they use the same sort of finer material of nylon, with fairly sizable thick coating here on the front and the back. They use the same material basically, so there's like fine material all the way around. The default Manfrotto, basically it's a tripod style logo on the front, with a sort of carbon fibre-esque fixture here. I'm not really sure what that's for really. Basically both sides are exactly the same, so that's quite nice. It does have this Manfrotto logo here. Now on the back here, it's got an interesting feature. So before getting into the main part of the bag, the back of it here does have a zip pocket here, which is great for putting like a memory card holder or your wallet. It does reach into the actual main section, which is a little odd because it's not encapsulated in any way, but it does mean you put something in the back and you can easily reach it if required, which is quite handy. The straps do go all the way into the backpack, by the way, in terms of quality, so you it's not connected to this little area here, and then if this part rips, the whole thing comes off. The whole thing, strap included, is included into the bag itself. So that's a good feature of itself. These straps are fine. So if we go into this outside at the top, so we begin with. So here at the top we have a sort of compartment, so let's see this padding out. And basically this is some fine nylon. The whole idea of this is basically so you can put the glasses, some quick to use items, maybe action camera or something like that. And it is fairly sizable from the feeling of it. I mean, I can feel some of the padding on underside where the camera is. So if we open that, I mean, it's got a very funny feature. This bag is that this zip goes down to here, and it's only joined by here. So the whole thing can be actually flipped out. The idea that in day-to-day use, you'd have this strap still on. You zip this up to about here, and you can flip it open. And the idea is, obviously, with this picture here, you'd put a camera with the lens in straight in there, maybe a lens up to some filters or something like that. So take that camera out. It does also include a rain cover. So, be as it may, I would probably, before I first use this camera bag, is to spray the whole thing with something like Fabsil or some sort of other water repellency stuff onto it, just to keep it a little bit more ingrained in, so that I don't have to use this rain kit unless it's absolutely soaking wet. I mean, the rain kit itself is coated, so it does keep the whole thing fairly waterproof. And this covers the whole back of the bag, so you can use it without messing around. So inside the bag itself, we have also a zippered pocket here. So this is for other small items, maybe memory cards and other stuff. So you don't want to keep that unnecessary on the outside. But this, obviously, if I feel this, there's a bit of padding in between each one, so you're not going to get damage in between each one. In here, I would probably be a bit more careful, because it does go quite deep into the front, about up to here. So if it's bulking really massively at the end of there, you have to be careful, especially if you're closing the bag. So take that into account. So into the bag itself, you'd have the traditional Manfrotto style red fixture thing. It's quite padded protection system. That's the Velcro there. Come in here. You can take that bit of desiccant, throw that away. Got a tag with the genuine product thing onto there. So that's fine. Another bit of Velcro. I mean, this whole thing can be reconfigured, so no matter how you do it, you can put the whole camera into here. You've also got a laptop section here. This won't fit anything too big, unfortunately. This would fit something like an iPad or maybe an iPad Pro, I think. But again, some of this does dig into the bottom of it, so you have to be careful. So I reckon maybe a MacBook, some of the new MacBooks, because they're a bit smaller, maybe a MacBook 15 at the very most. But I reckon more like an iPad Air or something like that. Maybe the 13-inch one would probably fit. I mean, this whole section comes straight out, so you can reconfigure it however you need it. Which is what I like. It's basically, if you can compartmentalize the whole thing as you want, you may not even need the whole thing. So what I could do is take all that cardboard out, just showing you, and you can use the backpack as is. Just shove everything in there, cap it down, and boom, you got yourself a nice big backpack. It's all going picnicking, for example. You could put boxes of snacks or whatever if you need it. You don't need a camera on a day-to-day basis, which is really nice. And you put all your books in. Maybe I demonstrate this. Let's put a box in there, for example. So that's straight in there. I mean, it even fits sideways somewhat. Maybe that's not that one. That's too big. But as shown by the cardboard piece just then, big box of items do kind of fit. So this is quite nice in itself. The bottom of the patch kit itself, however, doesn't actually seem to have any of the usual padding. So basically, you don't be able to house something a little bit lower at most. As I've shown before, this whole thing does slip out, so you can rejig the whole thing. It is a bit of a shame that this is normal nylon, so I thought I'd be able to fit this a little bit lower, as I've shown before, but still reasonably nice for what it is, I think. And this would have been nicer if it went down more. But sticking that in, and then sticking this back into here. Stick that into this. I've loaded slightly here because I wouldn't want the whole thing to be too big. And again, I can make it a bit more tighter in, as you see here. So I wanted to have a little sort of section here where maybe I'm slipping some leaflets or whatever. Start in the event that capture the thing. So if I was using this, I can slip something down the front of here. Don't necessarily need to be using this. Wait, hold on 1 second. Let's grab the camera. So this is an A6000 with the 18-105 lens. Doesn't have the lens hood on at the moment, but I can shove this in and there's tons of room to spare, so more than likely I'll be sticking it more like this, so that after I pull it straight out, straight back in. That's quite nice in itself, or maybe I stick it sideways like that. That's also an option, so no matter how I do it, it's in there and I still have some room to play with. This thing encapsulates at the top. It is padded, so I don't want to worry too much about damage, and I can stick all my spare lenses or any other equipment basically, that electronics for example, to the top of here, and straight in, straight out. End of the day, that's kind of what you need. So that's really nice. And that's it, and that's the Manfrotto advanced compact camera backpack. I mean, what definitely, like I said, I'll put a few hacks into this. Definitely some elastics onto the side of here, or some elastic key type cables. Mainly if it was, for example, putting a monopod or something into the side of here for action carrying at a higher rate. I would want something a bit more stable, because I don't think this by itself is going to be just that. I mean, you can clinch it up, it would work, but I don't think that's probably the best idea. Same this side. I reckon it would have been slightly nicer if I had another thing here. But all in all, it's a really nice compact backpack. The problem I probably the biggest niggle I think I can see at the moment, it does ride slightly high on the shoulders. So depending on your height, you might have a lot of sort of space in between this and your hips. Sometimes some people like to ride it a little bit lower. I mean, you can loosen it up, the straps, but given the thickness and the stiffness of these straps, it's probably not the best idea. All in all, that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in another video. Have a good night. Hit that like button and thanks for subscribe. Bye bye.